Happy Thirsty Thursday, everybody. It's time for wine. It's been a super busy week for me, but I'm happy to be here and happy to welcome you to Wine Antics Live. If you don't know who I am, I'm Jen Nelson. I am I'm the mischief. I am the chaos. I am the creative process that's behind Wine Antics and Wine Antics Live. And we have a great show today. As soon as my co-host decides to come back, I'll be able to welcome him on the screen. But I'm going to take a moment and pop over to Facebook and see who's here. If you have a moment, we have a very, very special guest who's had a whirlwind of a month. And on top of having her kids go back to school, she's kind of been all over the news. And if you don't know, I've shared the article from BuzzFeed of this great photo of her lounging in the pool with a mimosa while her kids are off to school. Are you ready, Stubb? Are you camera ready now?
Yes, of course I am. Sorry, I was taking a wine out. And I had to throw my robe on, as you can see.
Well, thank you for being here. How's your week been, Stubb?
You know, my week has also been busy. I got a last-minute assignment last week to do a special article for City Magazine. So I was down in Roanoke doing some wine touring through last weekend. So that set me back a little bit, working on the One Bourbon, One Shard podcast, which actually dropped today after our summer hiatus. So go check that out. One Bourbon, One Shard, One Beer. Other than that, just catching up on life. You know how that goes. Like you're doing all this stuff and then like you forget about the normal life things, which I really haven't caught up on this week. So
yeah, right. Life. Like who has time for life when everything else is going on? Hello, Stephen, Noel. I think you've got some friends. Our guest here, Jenna Willingham, has some friends that are out there. Hello, Jenny and Ashley. I appreciate you guys coming out. If you would, this is a great opportunity for you to talk one-on-one with Jenna and, maybe ask some questions yourself. So if you would give this a share out, I would greatly appreciate it. And we're going to tell you a little bit more about the topic we have at hand. Now tell me, Stubb, have you seen this photo?
Of course I have.
You've seen this photo of Jenna lounging in the pool.
I have indeed.
Did you read the article?
I did read the article. Of course I did.
What did you think?
I think it's hilarious. And it reminded me, although the Rib and I have no children, it reminded me that the one regret about that isn't necessarily that we have no children and progeny to carry forward, because that was a conscious choice, but it was that I don't get an opportunity to torture the children I would have had in a good-natured way. So that made me laugh a little bit. I had some fun with that with my sister and my nieces and nephews were a little younger, torturing them. Took me back to my Marine Corps sergeant days, that playful kind of ribbing. So it really made me laugh, and I thought it was adorable and awesome that it got picked up and has made Jenna a bit of a star here in the last month.
I know. Yeah, and
awesome.
And she's the one thing I've loved is I literally just Facebook messaged her and wanted to say, like, you're definitely reaching people with this one little photo. Like, so many people can relate to it, but she was super kind and she was totally willing to come on this show, these antics that we have live every week. So I want to take a moment now and welcome Jenna onto this show and give her a chance to give us a little background on who she was before this photo, right? I would love to get to know her a little bit better. Hey, Jenna, welcome.
Hey, how are y'all?
We're doing really well. Enjoying your accent. I love it.
Super country.
So tell us who you were before this photo was, or who you are now, and has it changed any?
I'm not really anybody. I'm kind of crazy though all the time. So all my friends think something like this was going to happen to me, but I'm a little shocked it did.
Oh, that's so awesome.
So what motivated you or your husband? I think your husband probably took the photo, but like what motivated that creation of that photo?
Well, they had been fighting a lot the end of summer and they were driving me crazy. I only work part-time, so I'm home with them a lot. And when we're stuck inside, they drive me crazy. So I told them when they went back to school that I was going to have a pool day because my 4-year-old was starting this year. So it was the first time that I'd be home alone. So I was like,
yes, everybody will be out of the house. That is amazing.
So you said your 4-year-old was starting. How many children do you have and how old is your oldest?
I have three. My oldest is 11, and my daughter in the middle is 7, and then I have a 4-year-old.
So this is probably the first time in a lot of years you've actually had the opportunity to be home alone during a day, right?
Yes, I worked full time until my youngest was born, but he was premature, so I stayed home with him for a while, and then I went back to work part time. But either I was at work or I had all the kids home during the summer, or him during the school year. So.
And what is, so if you had this one shot and you thought that it reflected your personality, how has your life changed in the last month, right?
A lot of people that never would have wanted to talk to me before want to talk to me now, but it's been a lot of Facebook messaging and interviews, and I mean, we've gotten some gifts, a few things, but I spent a lot of messaging. I just didn't want to, even after CNN and Fox News had messaged me, when little local stations were messaging me, I was trying to respond to everybody. So I spent a lot of time messaging people and not in the pool.
I was going to say, so when you thought you were going to have a bunch of relaxing time in the pool, that one photo turned your life around, and now you've been busy as anything.
Right. And then I finally got in the pool 10 days later, and I swear I wasn't in there 10 minutes, and the school called my phone, and I was like, what the crap? So I got out, and they had left a voicemail, and my daughter had broken her shoe at school. So I had to get out and go take her a new pair of shoes.
I just poured my mimosa. Seriously, right. School?
Right.
So you had mentioned you've been on a couple newscasts. You've gotten some additional attention and some gifts. I don't want to hear about everything. I want to hear about the really good things that have impacted your life. Maybe how has this changed your life for the positive? Who have you met, or what experiences have you had?
I've met a lot of people. I feel like I don't even know my Facebook newsfeed anymore, because I'm scrolling and I'm I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. But if I had a good bit of mutual friends with them, I would add them. I wouldn't add the strangers though, because I always post pictures of my kids. But there was one girl that messaged me and said that she had taken her kid to school, and she was crying the whole way home because it was their first year, and my picture cheered her up, and that just made me feel good, because I'm always acting silly, trying to make somebody laugh or something, doing something crazy. But that was really sweet. There's been some mean people, but I just ignore them.
Oh, I hate to give it attention. I want to know, but I hate to give that attention. I love the fact that there's at least one person that has seen your photo and has taken it on a positive spin and said that this, has helped me through a hard time. I feel like even viral attention or a lot of attention does at least get one or two good stories out of it. So I'm glad.
Yeah, it was a lot of people have messaged me and been positive, but it was way, way more positive than negative. So
good. I'm really glad to hear that.
Everybody was like, you need to go to work. You're rich sitting in the pool. That's my cousin's pool, and I'm not rich at all. I'm a mail carrier part-time, so that don't make me rich. They were like,
you don't need to be rich to have a pool anymore.
I know, that's what she said. She's like, I guess I'm rich. And then one article said, I was at my friend's beach house, and she was like, that proves you can't believe everything you read on the internet, because she lives in the middle of a cow pasture, and she was at my beach house in the cow pasture.
Maybe now she can put that on Airbnb.
I know.
So I don't think we've mentioned it here for those who haven't seen the photo, read the article, or seen you on any of the news outlets. You live in Massachusetts, right? I'm guessing from the accent.
No, Alabama.
Oh, okay. All right. You mentioned cow pasture. Do you mind saying where in Alabama? Just give us an
Beulah. It's
Beulah,
maybe 20 minutes from Auburn.
Okay. Is that anywhere near Greenbow, Alabama? Because I think we all know a famous person from there.
Forrest Gump. Mm-hmm. But I don't think is that a real town?
It's not a real town. No.
Oh, okay. I was I don't know where that
is. I was trying to think for all these East Coasters we have who are like, Alabama, that might as well be Australia.
It really might as well be.
kind of an idea of where that is.
Yeah, I'm 30 minutes from a Walmart, but we do have $2 Generals. So
$2 Generals?
$2 Generals. Do you have a Piggly Wiggly too?
No, it's 30 minutes away.
The Piggly Wiggly is 30 minutes away?
Yeah. We have $2 Generals, and that's it.
Is it near the Walmart though?
No, 30 minutes away from the Walmart.
No, I'm saying the Piggly Wiggly and the Walmart are about 30 minutes.
It's like 5 or 10 minutes from. They're like 5 or 10 minutes apart.
All right, for anyone thinking that I'm teasing here, I grew up in the South, and I'm absolutely almost have the vapors listening to Jenna speak with her accent. I love it. I love a Southern accent, and I'm probably picking mine up right now. It's like when I talk to my mother. My wife is always like, "You talked to your mother today, didn't you?" I go, "How'd you know?" You know, you get that East Texas twang. I love that. So totally all in good fun here, and loving just hearing your speech. It's awesome.
You should hear my son. He's like extreme. And he's really loud. So everybody's like, God, he's so loud and country.
So since we're talking about being a Southern lady yourself, and we haven't talked about what we're drinking tonight,
True.
What have you got in your glass?
Diet sweet tea in my Yeti.
Yeah.
Oh.
I have a sick kid, so I can't get drunk tonight.
Is that a little camo with the pink there?
No, it's Lily Pulitzer.
Okay, I was like, oh, you were going right for it if that was a
No,
little camo.
I'm not into the camo. My husband hunts a lot, but I'm not a hunter, so I have no reason to wear camo. These girls that wear pink camo that's useless make no sense to me. But
I mean, unless you're trying to sneak into a Barbie house,
right?
Yeah, right. All
You're
right,
not gonna hide in the woods in that.
Or the Barbie limo or the Barbie camper. I mean, there's a lot of places you can get in. I'm just saying. Go ahead, Steph. Sorry.
I love all of the different Barbie things we can break into now. Let's make a plan.
Yes, let's do it.
Says the man in a silk robe, because I've been taking my own wine out here. All right, Jenna, we have, I'm guessing, a friend of yours here. Number one, sorry, I got the vapors again because someone just told me I was so handsome. So we have a friend here saying that this is not even bringing out your hilarious personality. So you talked about that. We've got your photo there. Give us an idea of like what led to that. Obviously a little funny. You've told us about that, but what other kind of wacky stuff you do? You said your friends and family are like, yeah, we're not surprised by this. So
well, I mean,
why aren't they surprised by that?
I don't think it's that I'm that funny. I think it's just that the stupidest things happen to me, and I always tell people about it. So, just like recently, a few weeks before school went back, we went to the beach.
Okay.
And the jellyfish were all over the place, so my kids kept getting stung, so we went to the pool. And me and my husband were in the pool, and my youngest was in the pool, and he's potty trained, but he's freshly potty trained, so we have to get him to the bathroom right when he says he's got to go to the bathroom. So he comes to us outside the pool and was like, I got to go to the bathroom. And then he just craps all over the side of the pool. Like at our condo, there are like probably 100 people out there, and there's like poop laying on the side. So my husband gets out and like scoops it up with a towel, and I like try to run him back to the room. And then I had my boob had come out running back to the room. So, and I just post about stuff like that. So it's just people are like, what in the world? The craziest things happen to me.
So you've had a Janet Jackson moment, and you've had every photographer's nightmare with a child pooping in a public location.
And then my mother-in-law told my husband, he threw the towels with the poop in the trash can, and my mother-in-law was like, get those towels out, we can wash them. And he was like, it's bad enough the whole condo's done seen my kid crap. I'm not about to dig these towels out from this trash can. I will buy some more.
I think that's a good point. Like if he hadn't thrown them away, probably you could wash them again. But
he wasn't digging in the trash can after that.
Right.
No.
I think that's a fair point. That's a fair point.
It's just crazy things happen to us. We just have a hilarious life, and I video him snoring and post it and just stuff to embarrass everybody. I don't post embarrassing things for me usually.
So maybe Ashley Crenshaw. She's over on Facebook, and she's giving you lots of love and a big shout out. So
I love Ashley Crenshaw. She's been petitioning Ellen for me hard.
Yes.
So
Ellen is like my dream.
So tell us the craziest thing that's ever happened when you and Ashley are hanging out together. How about that? Let's put her on the spot.
Well, she did try to beat me up in junior high over this boy, but then we became friends.
All right. Are either one of you married to said boy now?
No.
Okay.
He might be in jail, to be honest. But I don't know for sure.
So totally not worth fighting over, and now you're good friends all these years later. Well, not that many years later, just a couple years later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't even get a sip of wine in here. This is turning into a much better conversation than I had ever anticipated. So,
Yes.
so the topic for tonight is actually a wine out, right? It's, it's time to go back to school. What's important about, moms and dads having a moment to wine out? And I'm kind of playing on that word time out, taking a little time for yourself, and you embody that with your photo. And that's why I wanted you to come on and chat about this. So, maybe not wine all the time, but what's the importance of taking some time for yourself? Because we think about wine as in luxury. We think about it as sitting back and chilling and relaxing. What's the importance of it this time of year for you as a mom, Jenna?
I just need a break from my kids. And I think a lot of people feel guilty about that. So we always have our kids, unless we're at work. Usually we don't really have that many days without them. But when I do, definitely have something to drink. Yeah.
And you shouldn't feel bad about it.
No, I don't. I don't feel guilty at all. That's why I posted that picture, because I do everything for them. So, I mean, just because I had kids don't mean I'm dead.
Right. Right. I think it's a good time that when something is changing in your life, like kids going back to school is a big change in every parent's life. And I can't say that I'm speaking from experience, but you're consumed with children by the summer, right? They're there everywhere. You've already said this. Now going back to school gives you a chance to think about other things and just like finally take a break and think about yourself. And that's why I wanted to do this wine out. And I think because of the picture, you've only had like one wine out since your kids have been back.
Right.
And that was interrupted.
Yeah, that was interrupted. I've had a couple of days where I've just hung around the house or hung out with friends, but I have to like drop them off and then be back to pick them up a few hours later. So I can't get too excited, but I am having a girls' night out with some of my friends tomorrow night. So that'll probably be the first time I might be able to get some wine.
Yes. Nice. I enjoy that.
I don't know though, because I have to work Saturday, and delivering mail in 100-degree weather hungover is like death. So I might keep it. I might be the DD tomorrow night.
That's taking a little too far, Jenna. I'm saying. No, I love this idea of taking the time out. I will say I work for myself, have a lot of actually very close women friends. I say specifically women. I mean, some men friends who are, part-time or stay at home or primary caretaker. But I'm also very well known for going out and doing a day drinking lunch with my girlfriends and doing some shopping and this and that. So that's a really important thing. And I think that's an important thing for everybody. Not just the moms watching out there, but, take it. And I think we talked about this a couple weeks ago, Jen. I got a little teary, if I recall. It's a couple weeks ago, and I drank a lot, so I don't remember. But I think it's important for all of us to take that time out. And if you're doing right by everyone in your life, there's nothing wrong with taking some time for yourself, regardless of what that is. I like it.
I've been, my son's been sick this week, so I've been working extra hard around this house. So me and my husband have been watching Game of Thrones at night, and that's been like my break. I've become addicted to that show.
Are you caught up? Because if not, I would hate to give you a spoiler from last Sunday.
No, do not spoil. We just started it, so I'm like, just finished season 1. So I'm pretty.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my God! I wish I was jealous. Back to that time when I just finished season 1, because there's so many things that are going to happen, and
it's so good. I'm so in love with that Drogo man and his black makeup. I mean, he is fine.
You know who he's married to, right?
Yeah, Denise Huxtable.
Yes.
I had to Google him.
And they're pretty beatnik loving hippies. They pretty much are. They're living very free and very wild, and I didn't expect that from him.
That's fine with me as long as he wears deodorant.
No guarantees.
So let me ask you this: can we get Denise Huxtable back to Carol O'Connor, who played Archie Bunker? Can anyone do this? Jen or Jenna? Either one.
What were we doing?
So Denise Huxtable or Lisa Bonet, she actually dated the guitar guy. Oh my gosh, I lost
Lenny Kravitz.
Yes.
Oh, did she?
You know who Lenny Kravitz's mother was?
On Good Times. No, on
Yeah,
The
see,
one,
we got it. Jen is on this thing.
So I've just been
about-
replaced as a co-host.
It's awesome. No, it's great. No, we're gonna start our own show, Southern Drinking with Jenna and Stubb. It's gonna be a whole thing.
It's really easy, Jenna, complete replacement right now. That's fine.
Replacement. I'll just take another project because I need to do more work in my life. And Jenna's not busy at all now with all her media requests. So we'll just start our own live stream once a week. What do you think, Jenna? We'll do it like the middle of the day on a Wednesday. and we'll focus on moms at home without their kids and be like, here's what you're gonna drink, and we'll sit there and drink a bottle of wine with them for like an hour. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm down.
He's planning your whole show. Like, you think he's joking right now, but he's like, dang, that's actually a good idea. I'll get so many demographics in one shot right there.
Why not? Why?
Yeah, all I know how to do is prop this phone up on my jewelry box, though, so I don't know how to do all that fancy stuff.
All right, so Jenna, you're not drinking wine tonight. You've got a girls' night out tomorrow. When you are drinking wine, what is wine your preferred beverage of choice when you're imbibing a bit?
I mean, wine, like, one night I came home from work and I, like, drank some wine and I was, like, crying one minute and then I was, like, dancing on the table one minute and then I was, like, freaky. So it makes me all these different emotions. But I like beer and I do like wine at, like, a wedding. But if I'm just hanging out with my friends, I'm probably going to have beer.
All right, but you're more of a beer girl.
Yeah.
So what's your go-to beer then? We do talk about drinking on the show on occasion.
Yeah, Bud Light, I like those, and then I love Malibu and pineapple juice. So good.
Yeah, that's so. I know that's sort of pina colada-ish. We call that a panty ripper.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that's an official name for it. Malibu and pineapple.
And it's probably a good name for it.
Yeah. And Jen, I see you laughing in the background. You're not the shy here.
Should I take this back? Because I'm a little concerned right now. I don't know where this is going.
When he's like, "Hey, do you think that's a weird name to call that?" And I'm like, "That's how I learned. That's what I learned it was." Like, I don't know. There are weird names for drinks sometimes. I just use them.
Yeah, I didn't know what the name was. I just say pineapple and Malibu.
Yeah, that's good too.
It usually works.
Yeah, some people won't know that, and they will look at you a little funny if you say it. But whatever.
So, is there a drink for the ensemble you're wearing right now, Stubb?
There's what I'm drinking with the ensemble I'm wearing. Is that good enough?
But I think silk kimono should be a drink. And if it were a drink, Stubb, what would it have in it?
Wow.
And that's for you guys too. I see Chris Ballard and I see Thea and I see Steve Knoll out there still. If you were to make a drink called a silk kimono, what would it be? Like, what would it have in it?
You're putting me on the spot here, but I think
like
I would immediately go with. I would go with. Gosh, I mean, soju and orange juice is a thing. I'm guessing you've experienced that, Jen.
I've experienced various forms of soju, and
I went to Korea, and that's what I drink there. Yeah,
soju's the real deal, right? I mean,
oh my gosh,
yeah.
I left my passport in the cab. Luckily, that cab driver brought me my passport back because I was like gone.
You're speaking of my whole 20th year right there. Seriously,
I've had a few of those times too.
I literally have a new favorite person right now. I'm not even lying.
See how easy it is to be replaced.
Right, Thea says we're going to do our show. We're going to get picked up and sponsored. And then you and I, we're going to do a tour of odd places. And we're going to start in the Middle East. And we'll start in Korea drinking soju and orange juice. And we'll just go see exciting things and talk about them with Southern accents. Because
maybe North Korea won't blow them up that day.
Not that day.
You that I will pick up my Southern accent a little bit.
Yeah, you probably will.
And thanks for joining us, Chris, and saying, hey, y'all, when you jumped in. That was nice.
Steve said sake and Malibu. I think that it would need a mix, like some kind of mixer in there as well.
Yeah, I thought sake originally. Like, I want to add another, like, hard liquor to that.
Another one? So basically like a Long Island. The Long Island of silk kimonos.
Yeah, a little bit. I've got to think. Yeah, the silk kimono. You put me on the spot, and I don't have all my tools and implements up here to just start mixing stuff and tasting.
I didn't mean to put you on the
exotic fruits in there. Yeah. No, I'm gonna come up with something. If I don't by the end of the show next week, I will have a silk kimono drink made.
Okay. I expect it by next week. So Jenna, like, I think in this scenario where you and Stubb are going around the world experiencing weird drinks, I think that your husband should send you pictures of your kids, forlorn and angry that you're out traveling and doing amazing things, because that's kind of what they look like in the photo. They were like, seriously, Mom, you get to be in the
told
pool
them to do that.
Yeah, pool and lounging in the raft while we have to go off to school. What have they thought about all of this?
Well, my 11-year-old thinks he's like famous, and he was like, come eat at school with me before everybody forgets who you are. And then my daughter, she's done a couple of interviews, so she thought that was cool. She wanted to get on this one tonight, and I was like, this is a grown-up one. You gotta go to bed. But my youngest, he doesn't know what's going on. He don't care.
He's sick anyway.
Yeah,
he's like
he's sick. He doesn't care about anything really.
Poor thing. But I mean, at least the 11-year-old recognizes that you are something special. How many 11-year-olds want their moms around?
Not many. And literally on the first day of school, like, he wouldn't even let me down the 6th grade hallway. Like, I had to take his picture like before we got there, so he wasn't having anything to do with me. Now he's asking me to come eat at school with him, so maybe that's a plus.
You've become cool.
Have you actually gone and eaten with him at school yet?
Not yet. I've been home. I've had a sick one home all week, and that was just last week. So yeah, I'm going to. I always go eat with them. I'm pretty active, even though I'm a drunk pool mom.
All right. Steve Knoll has amended the silk kimono to cherry liqueur with the sake and the Malibu.
Oh, I love the cherry liqueur ad.
I like that because it's cherry blossoms.
All right.
Yeah, I think that's good.
I may have all of those things downstairs. Y'all stay tuned to the after show. I might go make one of those.
Watch out and see what happens. All right. So we're getting close to the top of our half hour, right? So the last thing we do with our guests is we go around and give any final thoughts. So Jenna, we're going to start it off with you. If you have any final thoughts, anything you'd like to share with the audience, or any shout outs or thank yous that you'd like to put out there, please take a moment and do that now.
Thanks to all my friends that came to watch, and thank y'all for having me, and have fun without your kids sometimes, and yes, that's it.
Awesome. Thank you for being an amazing guest and coming on and sharing a little bit of your world that has erupted since the photo and sharing your wine and beer preferences. We're glad you're getting a chance, and don't feel guilty about your wine out, beer out, spirits out, whatever it is.
Yeah, I won't.
Good. All right. So thank you everybody else who came by, all of the amazing people. Nicolette, I see that you're new. Hello. She says, I really hope this leads to you getting your own show. That would be amazing, wouldn't it? And everybody else that's come by on Periscope and on Facebook, thank you so much. Stay tuned. I will have an after party link up in a few minutes, and join us there. Stubb, any final thoughts for you?
Final thoughts for me. Jenna, thanks so much for joining us tonight. It really is awesome. We really appreciate you coming on. This has been fun. We are Wine Antics, and I know you were nervous early on, but there was no reason to be. We're way easier than any of the actual news outlets you've interviewed with over the last week. But we really want to thank you for taking the time out on a Thursday night to come hang out with us, especially since you've been tending to a sick youngin' all week. Other than that, one thing I want to plug a little bit is my good friend Jordan Brady's film, I Am Battle Comic. That was released August 8th. You can go to iambattlecomic.com to find that. It tracks several comics going to perform for the troops overseas, and tells the story of that, not only the comics, but the troops themselves, who they're performing for, and all of the money made off of this film is being donated to a military family charity. So it's a great cause. It's a great film. Had the great opportunity to see it before it was released, and very proud of it. Very, very proud to call Jordan a friend and a mentor. So iambattlecomic.com.
All right, everybody else, thank you for the shout out. I would love to actually see the video myself, and you've been talking about it very nicely over the last couple weeks, and I appreciate that shout out. I will see you guys here next Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to be switching it up. It's time. It's fall. Things are changing. Kids are going back to school. It's time to think about switching it up drink-wise. So we'll see you next Thursday. Bye.
Cheers, friend.